Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Grant Hill and Steve Smith, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, BA. Karl Anthony Towns is in a new phase. He said, I've had the time to mess up and chase stats. That's over. I've proved myself in this league. But can I win? That is the next step. I have to do whatever it takes. There's only one way to change the narrative. That's to go beat the narrative. Guys?
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks for that. So here's the Clippers starting group. Jackson and Kennard, the guards. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's George in at the three, the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Towns in at the five. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. To the wing on the left. Towns against Zubats. Kicks it out to Jackson. Clock at 6. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
And here are the Timberwolves. Russell, the pass to Towns. Russell against Jackson. Tries to save it. Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there. Got it.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Here's Towns. Oh, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
George against Towns. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
They immediately found their offensive rhythm, hitting 3 straight shots to start the game.
You have to feel a bit for Paul George. Had a rough go of things ever since he labeled himself Playoff P. He knows he'll have a spotlight on him because of that moniker.
Back to Beverly. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. Towns. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
Aggressive play by Towns on the glass, recapturing possession so he can take it right back up.
Zubats high post. Towns on him. Kennard outside. And with George, he caught flack for that, but he used the noise as motivation, Smitty.
And it pushed him to some of his best basketball yet. Paul George always shows up in the playoffs, but he'll need to win a title to lose the doubters once and for all.
Jackson against Russell. Good.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
And here's Russell. Money from 17 feet out.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
The three, George. And the three-pointer goes. George has got 5 points.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Russell against Jackson. Russell pass to Towns. It's tipped. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. George against Edwards. .125 left to play in the first. Beverly against Kennard. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Minnesota calls time here.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Towns. McDaniels comes in for Vanderbilt. Okogie's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And Beasley has subbed in for Beverly. Outside Russell. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. The Clippers in the lead.
Timberwolves foul. Jaden McDaniels.
And now another look at that mobile one block defensive performance.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter here. Jackson against Russell. The drive by Jackson, rejected. Here's Okogie. Good D by Covington.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Powell. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Russell with the ball. Picked up by Powell. Double team on Russell. It's Beasley on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Blocked. And that does it for the first quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up 7. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
Well, they're having a lot of success from mid-range in the first half. Always nice to have that jumper to fall back on.
Something else I like out of them so far. They're throwing their bodies around in the paint and scoring inside.
Russell the 1, Beasley the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Reed in at center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
With the assist.
Grant, starting your career in the 50s.
Oh,
You know what I mean. Actually, 90s. Back then, we'd see teams usually score in the 80s and 90s. What do you think of the current scoring?
really, BA, the 50s? Wow. But it's crazy. I mean, back then, yes, every game was in the 80s and 90s. Now everyone averages at least 100 points per game. So I think it's been an interesting evolution of the game. And, of course, the fans all love offense. And these players and teams today are providing just that.
Keeping his balance on the difficult take, Norman Powell is gifted at finishing through physical contact.
And we're now about a minute into the second quarter of play. To the paint. Here's Reed. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Jackson against Russell. Oh, swiped away. And here's the fast break. The three is up. Hartenstein pulls it in. Russell against Covington. Pass to Jackson. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here he goes. And there's the rejection. Here's McDaniels. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Here's Russell. And he can't sink that one. He's 2 for 4 in the contest. Jackson outside. That shot off. Some solid defense from Russell. Beasley, pass to Russell. Pass to Reed. Six to shoot. Russell from outside. He drops it from range. Russell's got 7 points.
An assortment of shots in Russell's arsenal. Just a quick catch and shoot right there.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. On the wingman, covered by Towns. Here's Zubac. The shot, no good. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Inside. Here's Towns. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. He's got 6.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find. Patrick Beverly, the former Razorback. He's the definition of a guy you love to have on your team, but hate to play against.
Sinks it from distance. And the Clippers lead by 3.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
Towns up top. He's guarded by Zubac. Here's Edwards. And Minnesota again with a bucket. And without a doubt, Beverly is a provoker and instigator.
What I love, B.A., he knows there's something that he brings to the table. He's a lightning rod for conflict.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for LA, Terrence Mann. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Beverly outside. Double team on Towns. Shots blocked. Here's George. And George with the jam.
What a silky move by Paul George. He really had the ball on a string.
Pass to Towns. Outside Edwards. Got a piece of it. Now here's George. He's got 10. And stolen by Edwards. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
For Los Angeles, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Pass to Mann. Zubac with it. called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
At the line for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac. 2 shots.
And he drops it first. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
And here's Edwards outside. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Vanderbilt with the block.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Clippers ahead, up by 1. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Alongside Ty Lue and Coach, what's the focal point for this team as you approach the second half?
Just playing hard, first of all, and then playing with pace offensively and doing a good job of getting to the basket. And defensively, there's going to be some time to work things out, but they've been pretty good.
Pace so critical to your team's success this year. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 1. Kenny, what was your impression?
They've run this offense seamlessly. Each guy seems to understand his role. They're making smart decisions with the basketball, and I can give a shout out to the playmakers. This team's success is because of you, brother.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
I'd like to see them get to the line more, but to do that, you got to be aggressive, force the action, drive the lane, make the defense react.
First couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And so in the game for Los Angeles, Jackson and Kennard, the guards. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's George in at the 3. Here's Vanderbilt. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. But that's why they continue to get attacked.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Jared Vanderbilt. 1 shot.
And that one misses. And with Paul George, Grant, you know what he delivers. Very consistent in what he'll bring to each game.
I mean, the scoring is always going to be there, but his defense doesn't take a night off either. I mean, very nice and consistent production from him.
To the middle. Here's Zubac. Good work defensively by Towns. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Beverly. And another basket for Minnesota.
He plays the game with tremendous resolve. Beverly undaunted by the D.
Jackson outside. Back to George. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Zubats.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Minnesota's shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Russell. Off target with the 3. The Clippers trail. Kennard outside. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound Minnesota.
He can hit it from deep, but needs a little more room to operate, and the defense wouldn't give it to him.
Here's Edwards. There's the drive.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that. Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And Minnesota calls time here.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. McDaniels comes in for Vanderbilt. Okogie's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And Beasley has subbed in for Beverly. Reed passes to Russell. Going inside, Beasley for 3. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Beasley's got 5 now.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Jackson, pass to Powell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Back to Russell. Uses the glass on the layup. And now an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
They're really working the paint now.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Stolen by Reed. Out on his own on the break.
2 minutes.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack at the level.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Here's Jackson. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Kept alive. Okogie's shot is off. The Clippers have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
So, Brian, the NBA tests out different rules in the G League, including shooting 1 free throw for all the possible points to speed things up. How much did it hurt players' free throw percentages, not getting the multiple tries? Well, averages dropped a percentage point or 2. Is that a deal breaker or something to consider?
Yeah, those are good questions. We'll see, Allie. Thank you. Here's Reed. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 14. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Prince is checked in. .56 seconds left in the third. Here's Batum. Oh, and Reed with a block. Pass to Russell. Here's Prince. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second
And it's going to be
personal foul.
on Ivica Zubac.
Second team foul.
To succeed in this league, you can never be satisfied. It's a certain mentality, and Prince has that.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both shots.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Pass to Zubac. Here's man. Reed defending. To win the run. Man misses.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Now here's Russell. The D's right on him. Beasley outside. The 3. Oh, wow. Through the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Third team foul.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
MyLEAGUE Beasley taking 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. That one misses. And he nails the 3rd. And so it's Minnesota feeling confident. 18-point lead to win that quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be back in a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, it takes good vision, and it takes good decision-making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Filling out the wings, Beasley and Edwards. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Zubac. Tries again. And he lays it in.
Ivica
He got
Zubac.
in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Here's Beverly. Can't get it to drop. And Los Angeles the other way now. Fires for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Towns. Double team on Towns. Edwards finds Towns. Now Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. The shot misses. Great D that time from Zubac. Here's Coffey. Beverly defending. Kennard with it. Oh, it's blocked by Towns.
The defensive chops of Towns, able to use his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Pure from three-point range. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Contested shots and block shots. That's been their bread and butter defense. They've given up no easy looks.
One other thing they've done very well is getting out in transition. They're running at every opportunity. And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Patrick Beverly, taking 2 shots.
That free throw no good. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And he's good on the second.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Jackson, pass to Zubac. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Beverly into the lane. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. For Los Angeles, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's his second.
A 7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
Reggie Jackson, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Minnesota foul. Jared Vanderbilt.
Russell's checked in for
That's his
Beverly.
second personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Edwards against George. And there's the call on Carl Anthony Towns. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
Minnesota on D. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
And shows hustle and plays hard on defense. Wow. Towns sure knows how to keep his coaches happy.
Russell finds Edwards. Here's Towns. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
The reason why they stayed aggressive. They have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Vanderbilt with the block. Pass to Russell. Edwards against George. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by Russell.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
The offensive rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Carl Anthony Towns.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Balmaro. Here's Lehman. Right side, Russell. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And he hits the jumper.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Pass to Hartenstein. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Shooting for LA, Isaiah Hartenstein. Shooting 1.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Lehman. To the inside. Here's Reed. Hartenstein pulls it in. Reed defending. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.